Let's kick things off with a question that is a tad bit tricky. When was the last time you had a meal just because you were hungry? And not because you were measuring calories, following diet plans, or feeling guilty. If you had to think before replying, believe me, you are just like the rest of us. For a long time, I thought that the only way to be fit was to manage every single morsel of food I take. Spoiler alert, it did not help at all. Intuitive eating transformed my life, and it could do the same for you. So let's proceed with it. There are no rules to follow, no restrictions to set. Let quote S discuss 10 main principles of intuitive eating. Let us face it, diet culture has caused havoc on our self-image and our relationships with food. We have been sold the dream of quick solutions. Nonetheless, most of the time we are just back where we were experiencing a worse situation. Diets are the ones that falsely assure us we are controlling our bodies and our lives, but they mostly just lead us to obsession with numbers, calorie counting, and categorizing food as good or bad. The hard truth is that most diets fail, consequently encouraging a cycle of guilt and shame. Let's say goodbye to unrealistic expectations and turn to a more comprehensive way of being healthy. Your body is not your enemy. Diet culture is what you must really deal with. You have the right to a more compassionate and empowering self-relationship. Have you ever wanted to just ignore your hunger to prove to yourself that you are not braver yet after that crash? Your audience is all sight? No. Then it must be just me. Hunger is more than a simple bodily function. It becomes an essential signal from your body that asks you to refuel and nourish yourself. Ignoring the signals usually commands uncontrollable desires, mood swings, and that feeling of hungry. The true key to developing a new, healthier mindset towards food is to be aware of your symbols that are earlier than the actual them, overwhelmingly urges. It's necessary to notice the gentle signs, such as a slight decrease in energy levels, a slight noise from the stomach, or being unable to concentrate properly, that indicate your body's hunger. Through the process of trusting your body and listening to its needs, you will be able to find a more harmonious relationship with food that, in turn, will promote your well-being in a more reliable way. Did you ever assure yourself that you were not allowed to have a certain food, which, as a result, made you crave it even more? Well, this is a splendid instance that demonstrates the curious side of life. The moment we classify foods as good or bad, we subconsciously hand over to them excessive control over us. This control leads to feelings of guilt, obsession, and even binge eating. The reality, however, is that we have been lying to ourselves. Every food can be part of a balanced diet. By granting yourself unconditional permission to eat whatever food you desire, you will simply take the control away from the food. By this, you will not be at war with the food anymore. Instead, you will easily reach a state of balance that is free from guilt and the self-destructive all-or-nothing attitude. That little voice in your head that tells you shouldn't be eating this is what I refer to as the food police. That dialogue we've trained ourselves to engage in after so many diets sounds like guilt and shame when we do indulge. It is critical to recognize that food is not moral food. It is not given the good or bad label. It's just food meant to be our nourishment. The next time guilt arises, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself, would I speak with a friend in this manner? Rather than saying to yourself, I was bad for eating that, try reframing it to something a little softer, such as, I honored my hunger today. The words we choose frame our thinking, so let us become kind and compassionate to ourselves. Food is more than fuel. It's an experience for the senses that should be satisfying and pleasurable. When did you ever last truly allow yourself to truly enjoy each bite? With our hectic lives, we rush through meals or dine out of guilt rather than desire. This is a perpetual pursuit of satisfaction that never truly materializes. To break free from this habit, slow down and engage your food. Savor its flavor and texture and the feelings that it evokes. Turn meals into a happy experience with light, comfortable ambiance, warm lighting, or good company. Eating slowly will reduce cravings for you, and you will truly enjoy what you eat. Have you ever sat in amazement at how much food you have consumed in a single sitting? It has a tendency to happen when we consume our meals in a rush or while distracted. The truth is that our bodies do possess natural signals to indicate that we have had enough. The problem is listening to them. One effective strategy is to leave half your meal. Take a deep breath and listen to yourself. Am I content? Fullness isn't being packed. It's simply feeling relaxed and at ease. Listening to your body's signals, you'll note that food tastes more enjoyable and flavorful when consumed mindfully. We've all had those times when stress, boredom, or sadness make us turn to food for comfort. Occasionally, treating yourself to something special can provide temporary relief, and that's okay. But if food is your go-to coping mechanism, it could lead to feelings of guilt or discomfort afterward. Rather than beating yourself up over reaching for snacks for comfort, take a moment to consider what you really need. Do you need a break, a hug, or just a de-stressor? Get another outlet, such as taking a walk, breathing deeply, or calling a friend. Remember, food might be one of many effective ways of dealing with your emotions. You should know that your body is unique and not meant to resemble anyone else's. The constant struggle with your natural shape can be tiresome and can only lead to disappointment. Therefore, embrace and honor your body for what it can do rather than just its appearance. Notice the amazing ways it looks after you, whether it's walking, hugging loved ones, or smiling with friends. Even though it's okay not to feel good about your body every day, be kind and gentle to it. Remember, your worth is not determined by a number on the scale, but by the person you are and what you do. Movement ought to be a pleasure and a source of empowerment and not a penance for past indulgences. Identifying something that you absolutely enjoy doing has the potential to transform your relationship with movement. Whether it is dancing to your favorite tunes in the kitchen, going for a walk on stunning trails with your friend, or relishing the calming rhythm of an early morning stretch under the sun, these activities get you energized on a spiritual plane. When you focus less on calorie expenditure and more on how movement makes you feel strong, empowered, alive, it creates a positive association. Engage in physical activities that inspire you and allow movement to be an enjoyable part of your daily life. Healthy eating is not perfection, but its best version is found in balance and flexibility. Gentle nutrition educates about the importance of choosing foods that nourish your body and your soul without reaching into the field of obsession. It's all about adding healthy, nutrient-dense foods to your diet without eliminating indulgence. For a couple of days, you may need a new, fresh salad, while on other days, you can indulge in the joy of a hot plate of pasta. Both are healthy and can coexist together in harmony. By giving up stringent diet rules and responding to the signs of your body, you can create a lasting eating habit that celebrates the pleasure of food and promotes your well-being. Remember, intuitive eating isn't about perfection. It's about progress. These recommendations are here to guide you, but it will take some time to learn to trust your body. Be patient, be kind to yourself, and celebrate small victories along the way. Every step you take brings you closer to a healthier relationship with food. If you have found this educational video helpful, then please subscribe and like it for more science-based health tips and support. Additional nutrition facts are available on my website, as demonstrated in the following description. Thank you for viewing, and